Nearly every major business uses social media accounts like Twitter and Instagram as a way to promote their brand and also interact with their customers.
And that is especially true when it comes to professional sports teams. Today, Delane Cleveland introduces us to a Plymouth native who helps run the social media accounts for the Minnesota Vikings.
Another football season is upon us, and several hours before kickoff of the Vikings' home preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, the players did their on-field warm-ups while smartphone-holding fans tried to capture shots of their favorite players. But fans weren't the only ones utilizing smartphones.
Can you guys wave to the camera for me and hold your signs up?
Felicia Johnson patrols the sidelines of every game.
The receivers are always on this end zone, so like Diggs and Thielen, Treadwell will be over here.
She's the 28-year-old Plymouth native in her second year as the Vikings social media manager. And it's her job to capture any images that might be of interest to fans checking out the team's social media accounts.
So we have a few different pieces of equipment, but for the most part I'm using a stabilizer, and that allows me to get really smooth shots from a phone, which is great.
Her role allowed her to get the best view of some of the team's most exciting plays last season.
I've always been a Vikings fan. I think as just growing up in Minnesotan, it's one of those teams that I've always held really close to my heart. Like the '98 team with Randy Moss was kind of iconic.
Earlier in the week, the 2008 Wayzata High School grad sat down for a one-on-one interview at the team's headquarters in Eagan.
I help with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and then some of the Vikings.com content. So we're doing things like covering practices, obviously covering games, doing player profiles, behind the scenes stuff on social media.
It's a position that didn't even exist a decade ago. But this former advertising professional says social media plays an ever-increasing role for professional sports teams.
Sports is really one of those pure mediums that social media hasn't quite distorted yet. We have seen that users and customers are not really open to receiving messages from brands, but sports is really that industry that people are seeking out.
The platform allows the social media team to interact with fans on behalf of the Vikings and come up with witty comments for the occasional troll.
We do protect our team, and when someone's calling us out, sometimes we'll call them out back.
It's just one of the responsibilities of a job that can sometimes mean 14-hour days. But for this millennial,
I feel like the lighting in here is pretty good.
It's a labor of love.
It's definitely a full-time job and sometimes more than a full-time job, but I would not trade that for the world.
In Minneapolis, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Social media team is also responsible for putting photos of Vikings fans on the stadium screens. So if you post a selfie using the hashtag Skol, Felicia could very well give you your 15 seconds of fame. Very good. Good job, Felicia.
I would imagine she is running.
Yes, she
games.
is. Busy, busy lady.